Hey, welcome everybody. I'm so glad that you're joining us today for this amazing interview. It's just going to be riveting. We're going to have lots of information about this amazing journey you've been hearing me chat about. And we've been bringing people on a consistent basis. And our speakers are working, so that's a good thing. So we've been bringing people on a consistent basis, and we're just excited to hear from Rebekah Colo. Rebekah is my health coach, along with her husband, Leo, and they are an amazing duo. So I'm just excited to have Rebekah on here. She actually was the one that brought me on in the beginning, and it was just such an amazing phone call that we had, and she just was really encouraging to me. But let's just jump right into it. Welcome to the interview, Rebekah. So glad that you're here.
Just an honor to be on here today and to have a little bit of a conversation with you and with all those that are coming in live. We want to know that we see you, we hear you, and we're excited to share our hearts with you today.
Yes. Wherever you're watching from, guys, go ahead and put it in the chat where you're watching from. If you have any questions along the way, or if you want to drop an encouragement, the comments are perfect for that. Rebekah will get them. I will get them, and other people will actually get them that need to be encouraged as well. So, Rebekah, just starting off here, just curious, can you tell me why you felt like you needed a health transformation?
Well, most of my adult life, I had struggled in my health. I walked through trauma as a young girl, and I used food as my drug of choice most of my life. I'm a person of faith, and here I was in my mid 30s, almost 300 pounds for the third time in my life. And I was not walking in self-control. I really wasn't walking and fully taking care of me the way God intended me to. And I was on a search for something that could help me. I had watched friends for over 3 years on social media share those, what some people may say, obnoxiously before and afters. And most of us that feel that way in the beginning, it's because it's like it's hitting us in the face with what we really need to get in control of.
Yeah.
And so I finally stopped watching and said, you know what? I need this, because I had high blood pressure, had cholesterol, acid reflux, diabetes, and truthfully, I was living on the sidelines of my own life. And that was hard to admit, having 2 kids and a husband that I really wanted to show up fully present and the best me.
Yeah, that's really powerful. That's good. I mean, you really got clear on what you wanted to do, and you went after it. And I just think that's so powerful. So we do this amazing program called Optavia, Optimal Way. I mean, I absolutely love it because it gives us the principles of how to live our lives in the best possible way to be the healthiest possible. So I'm curious, your overall experience, what's your overall experience been like with this process? And this, some would call it a program. I think it's way more than that, but curious. Tell me your experience.
Well, from day one, I actually became a client and a coach the same day, had not lost an ounce, because I knew this girl right here needed more public accountability, that I knew that my actions would be also a way for others to be inspired to take control in their own life. And so I never thought it would lead to me being a more fully present mama and having more options financially. But within the first 5 days on being on one of our plans, my resting heart rate went from the 90s to the 60s. Within 2 weeks, results not typical, insert disclaimer, no medical claims, but I can tell you this, from me personally, I was able to come off medications within the first couple of weeks. My blood pressure was normalizing for the first time in over a decade.
Wow.
That having more energy throughout the day to not just not need 3 pots of coffee to survive, but being energetic throughout the day, feeling like when I left my office job that I could feel like being with my family and feel like being present and have fun with my kids that were 10 and 4 at the time I started. So let's fast forward. I dropped 100 pounds. I got to one of my leanest times of my life. And that was, I started this 7.5 years ago. And it's been incredible to see that through this process, one of my prayers particularly have been answered, that my kids created their own healthy habits as they watched mama lead the way. And now I have a son that's about to graduate high school, who's, leading his life well and making great choices for himself, fueling his body well because he can tell the difference. My daughter, who's going into 7th grade, to see her make healthy snacks and options and drink water 90% of the time. I love that what we do, it's a ripple effect into our family and the people that we love the most.
Yeah. I completely agree. I mean, when I started walking out this journey, you showed me all of those steps, those processes, and I watched it affect my family. So I agree with you. I mean, that was part of one of the biggest impacts, is to see my kids eat differently and want to be a part of it. And even after cooking dinner and stuff, they were excited to be a part of it. So, and plus all the stuff that we have, they end up liking it and wanting it. So that's pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, I love that they put their order in with me as like, this is my favorite. Now this is the first year in. My son was about to turn 11, and that was one of his requests, is a particular box of our feelings. This is the chocolate mint bar. That was one of the things he wanted for his birthday.
That's awesome. Okay. That's awesome. My littlest Charlie should be like, hey, Papa, can I have a brownie? Can I have a brownie? Can I have a brownie? It's like, well, sure. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. It's got amazing vitamins and nutrients in it. How do you say no to, can I have a healthy snack? So anyways, yeah, that's pretty awesome. So just curious also, your overall journey, just thinking about it, I'm sure there's highlights or there's favorite parts of it, maybe more than other parts of it. What's your favorite aspect of this process?
It's the personal development, and who I am today. I'm just going to be a real raw with you for a minute. And who I am today, the girl who started program, the girl who reached the 100-pound loss, still had a sick brain, still had a sick mindset, because of the gift of coaching in this community that I've had an opportunity to be a part of. I love that the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. And when you are surrounded by positive people that are celebrating you, even when it doesn't benefit them, it helps the yuck to rise to the top and you to recognize, wow, I don't want to be this. I don't want to stay here. And now I can tell you this now, I have a stronger mindset, more positive thinking. I have become my biggest fan and cheerleader, not my worst critic any longer.
Wow.
And learning to really lean on my discipline. And I really feel like that's what God desires for us. We get one life, one temple to take care of. And when we can steward it well, and we can walk in self-control, because truthfully, our inner heart, our motives behind our actions, that's our true self. Yeah. So being able to check that in with the Lord and say, okay, God, there's still more work to be done. But I'm so grateful because of the healthy habits, because of the community, and all of these different things, it set me in position to where I could hear from the Lord even better, because I was removing some crazy obstacles that I had placed in my life. Let's just say it. I had idols in my life, fear of man, of what their opinions of other people, and people pleasing, and all of these different things that God used this amazing, healthy structure to begin to reveal some things to me personally. And so for the first time in a very long time, I was able to find some breakthrough and healing and be grateful for the hard, because it's gotten me where I am today.
That's good. That's really good. It makes me think back, I was reading Craig Rochelle's recent book about power of a transformed mind, or something along those lines. But he encouraged the reader to go back and look at some of the things that happened in your past, that you can actually thank God for not answering those things the way you wanted to answer them.
Yeah.
And it's just so powerful to think that God is the one that's guiding us. And Jennifer says, beautifully said. Thanks, Jennifer, for popping on here. So just thinking about the journey again, I mean, this has just been awesome, just learning from your perspective and hearing your testimony. And I love that you're being authentic, that you're being real, and that you're not focusing on a diet. You're actually talking about, you said the personal transformation. And so that was pretty cool. My question to you is, like, is there anything else that you would want to make sure people hear about your journey that maybe I didn't ask about? Maybe something you're reading that you're really excited about, or something that you're learning, or something that you're doing, anything along this transformation process?
I'm so thankful that this can be the very thing that people have been praying for, in a package that was not expected to come in. Like, this was something that I had been praying for, but I didn't think I did not expect all of these things to come from a quote unquote diet program.
Yeah.
And I love that it encompasses so much, that when you can embrace all the parts, you can find success in really becoming your best self. I thankfully haven't quit or given up on me. I tell people all the time, your health and really everything is like laundry. It's never done.
Yeah.
We're always working on something. If you want to grow and you become better, you're always going to ask yourself, what's next? What do I need to work on? Less of me, Lord, more of you, God. If you're a person of faith, that's a prayer that we should be praying, and not just saying words, but we're saying, God, Lord, when people look at me, they don't see me, they see your glory, but a lot of times we put so many things in the way that we can't even allow that he can't even shine through us.
Yeah.
And so don't want to ramble on, but I feel like that's just been one of the biggest keys to not quitting, is pressing on even in the hard.
Yeah.
And to look behind us and see, wow, look how many lives have been impacted because I said yes. But looking forward to see, oh my gosh, there are so many more people that need this opportunity.
Yeah.
For that mindset shift, that lifestyle change, that mama that is desperate. And can I speak to that mama right now? You are drained. You are at your wit's end. You're always responding in a hangry manner. You lose focus. You can't sleep. You feel so beat down. You are not confident in yourself. Insecurity has just swallowed you up, and you can't even allow yourself to be taken care of. You don't recognize your worth. Can I tell you, you are worth taking care of today?
Yeah.
You are worth taking care of. It's not selfish. The Lord says for us to love our neighbor as ourselves. And sometimes we forget, well, if we're not loving ourselves well, how can we love our neighbor well?
Yeah.
So it goes to my point is, like, what are you doing? Are you right now your biggest critic? Can we take a moment and change that? So I just want to encourage you that you can.
That's good. I'm sure there's a mama listening to those words and being encouraged. And if not right this moment, then definitely when they come back and see this, watch the replay. So thank you for encouraging the community, our community here. And, Rebekah, if, I'm very loud about what we do. Katie, my wife, she's very loud about what we do. And we love to serve folks. And also we have learned everything from you. If somebody wanted to work with you directly, they're like, man, I like this Rebekah girl. I want to find out more about what she's doing. Like Giuseppe, he's cool and all, but I need to hear more from Rebekah. What's the easiest way for them to reach out to you?
My Facebook page or Instagram. You can always follow me, Rebekah Colo. I'm sure you can click on my name and find me. It's public. Send me a direct message. I will respond. I'll probably send you a personal text message if you send me your cell phone number and we can connect. It's a great way to say, you know what, if I'm curious, I want to know more. We have free assessments available for that, but I just would love to know your goals and love to know your heart and which part of what we have to offer would be a great fit for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rebekah. I really appreciate it. Guys, it was awesome having Rebekah on here. We're so thankful for her leadership and the direction that she's poured out in our lives. It's so cool. Also, just wanted to let you guys know there's a new amazing product line extension that we have called Optavia Active. We're all getting active. We're all going after this new journey of going after getting active. The aminos are amazing. I took mine this morning. I'm pretty sure you took yours this morning, Rebekah, but they're just really awesome. So be on the lookout for more information about the Optavia Active. We're doing a challenge in our private group. So if you want to know more about a challenge that we're about to launch next week, send us a message. We want to get you involved, get you hooked up, and let's just go after these goals together. Rebekah, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the honor of being a part of this. Thank you so much.
Have a great day, Rebekah.
You too.